And finally, we are going to save the eldest for the last, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going
to go ahead and start off by looking at both of the leaders of the Seacons. Here we have the Turtler, and here we have Half Shell. Virtually identical again, same exact molds. The only difference is the coloration, and of course the insignia. Here you see the Decepticon Insignia, and here you can see there is the Piranacon Insignia. But you can take a look. There he is. We got this metallic green turquoise. You got a very, very white. You could say it wouldn't be a pearl white, but it's a matte white. For sure it's matte white. There you got some discoloration of the eyes. We got this nice red, and it's got a gold glimmer on the side. Also gold lining over here. A bit of copper coloring inside the joint area around the shoulder. Also around here as well, you got some coloring. And the jaw's got some copper as well. And the jaw, of course, showing nice menacing teeth. Check this out. It's almost like, if he actually was, you know, really animated, he would definitely take off he could definitely chomp off something with those little sizes right there. One of the things that was actually always said about the first, basically you could say the King Posieden or the Turtler, was basically the joint. Now this, of course, is actually it's brand new. You all saw it, the twisty ties were still inside. I've actually only taken this guy out just for this review. Previously, he was just stored in the box. And the mentioning of the fact was that this had wobbly joints, especially around this area where they swivel, and it is true, this is quite loose. This is why so many people actually were kind of disregarding this combiner, because the engineering wasn't that good, and it gave it kind of like, you know, a deterrent from people trying to get this particular set. Now, the thing is, you can honestly see, and I can tell you right now, this does feel tighter on this God Neptune. On this half shell, he does actually have a bit of a tighter joint. Not really tight, but it's actually noticeable compared to the half shell. So, of course, obviously, we'll find out finally when we do combine them into their final combinations, their combiner forms, whether or not they can withstand or who actually can stand up better. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. Here we have of course, the front chest piece, you could say, the shielding. Now this, of course, attaches to the back while he's in here. We're going to go ahead and fold these back just like that, and basically pop that on the top. So it goes into this little part right here. Okay, that gives him as kind of like a little tail. Then you can take the feet of the God Neptune, and you basically fold these in to become double twin blasters, and you can just pop this over here on the side. So we're gonna go ahead and pop. First, we got his main weapon right here, the blaster. We can pop that right there in the middle. There we go. Pop that in the middle just like that. Fully armed. But of course, we also got a sword. Now, what can we do as a sword? Well, to be honest, sorry for tipping you over. To be honest, you can actually attach it to the top of the main weapon. It actually has a peg right there. If you can see, it'll go right there on the top. I'll just go ahead and gently squeeze it in. Basically got two cannons in the front, which actually I forgot to show you. It can actually retract and extend. So let me go ahead and extend it. There you go. Extend it a bit more on the side. And then, of course, a third main cannon right here, right there. Two twin cannons on the ends of the feet right there. He's just, of course, a nice menace to be reckoned with. Yeah, here we go. Side-by-side transformation when they're fully pretty much accessorized with their main weapons. Whoops, sorry, just kind of slid you down there. And there you go. You can see again, virtually identical. Only difference is really the coloration. Now we're going to go straight into the transformation into bot mode. And the first thing you want to do is go ahead and remove the two blasters on the top. Pull them off. It's quite easy, actually. They just unpeg simply like this. These actually come off, actually don't come off, but they hinge up, and you just want to push them back down. Next, what you want to do is go ahead and take the front, pull this front head down, fold it in like that, okay, and then also bring the front two legs down like this, okay, and go ahead and you can fold it in like so. Then you're going to go ahead and flip this up right here and turn this around, all right? So flip up, turn around, go ahead and position inside, and these two parts right here are going to be his legs. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and pull these out here. This top part can be just separated from this part right here. Let's go ahead and just separate this. There we go. pull this way, you can see, and basically once you pull, these are the two legs again, as I mentioned, pull this down, and then go ahead and pull this right here, which is one of the feet, and then pull the front white part here to close up just over there on the side. Do the same thing, open the side, push down on this tab, and you should see the foot right there, okay? And then we can go ahead and turn the leg around to this direction, because now these are his two front legs. Let's go ahead and put that right there. Okay, next we got the arms right here. Here are the arms, okay? And go ahead and retract back the two front claws to show his hands, which are right here, actually. So we can go ahead and retract the claws. There we are. And retract the claws like this. Pull this down, okay? These claws go back, okay? And the next part is you want to open up the back hatch to take out his head. So pull back here, pull back this tab, and go ahead and flip up his head. There it is, there's his head. And just swivel that all the way around. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and reposition the camera a little bit up. There we go, so we can get a better view. And now we can go ahead and just turn back the arms. There we go. And swivel around like this. So now his arms are in the front position. Do the same thing, turn around the arms, and you can hear it's already using a ratchet joint swivel on the upper arm right here. So swivel joint right there. Okay, shoulders, of course, you can do all the way around 300, or we say 180 degrees. Again, over here on this part, not too bad. You can hear there's that joint right there with the ratchet, and it's also got a swivel around here. These actually take the blasters and choose to go ahead and put them on the back, or you can take his, of course, God Neptune front armor and just go ahead and place it back on the top. You can reverse it right here, and we can go ahead and place it here back inside if you like, which I'll do like this. And you can actually put the blasters back onto the front chest armor, and they can extend this way, or you can actually put them in his hand to act as blasters as well. Then, of course, you can also take his weapons. Now, his weapons, you can see, have lots of pegs, holes. They can be actually anywhere, basically, you can fit it is okay. Whether you want it on the arm or you want it in his hand, the blaster can go. You can actually even attach it to the back if you like. Also, don't forget the feet. The feet can actually act as shields. These right here can actually peg in on the side as well if you wish to have that kind of mode. Don't forget they also have two guns at the end of the feet as well. So basically, it's up to you on how you want to peg it. It's kind of giving me a little bit of feel of the Siege series as well, because of the fact that you have so many options to peg in weapons. But you know, I won't go nutty with that over here. And you can see right here, side by side, we've got himself next to Turtler. So Half Shell and Turtler, again, virtually the same molds. However, I will tell you that this is a little bit tighter here around these joints. It does feel a little bit loose, not as tight. Again, this was an issue that people had raised, as I read in the articles, about this first version of the Piranacons. And pretty much, it does hold true, I think, for all models of this right here are going to have that loose joint. This one is a little bit tighter, so I can confirm it is a little bit tighter. It's not as loose, pretty much, but it's not really super tight. But it's definitely, it looks like they may have made a tightening or correction from the original first time set when they made the Seacons here. Next up, we have a comparison between their Polygon, and this is Gulf. So here you go with the Beast Wars version of the, you could say the combiner. This right here, again, they both have virtually, you're looking virtually at the same exact mold. Only differentiation, again, is the coloration. And of course, in this time, we're looking at the insignia where this one has the Decepticon insignia for Gulf. However, Polygon in this doesn't actually have the insignia at all. Neither does it have on the bottom. Actually, let me flip that back up. As you can see, the Decepticon insignia is here, no insignia here, so he doesn't actually hold an insignia, kind of like Half Shell. However, Half Shell has it. All of pretty much, you can say, the Piranacons will have their insignias on their forms. However, it looks like the limbs of the God Neptune don't carry the insignia, which is actually still okay. I mean, it was again part of the Beast Wars series, although again they virtually are the same, virtually the same bot, everybody, pretty much. But let's go ahead and take a look. How do we weaponize this guy? Well, first off, he comes with a little sword right here, and what you can do is you just pop open the bottom part right here, peg this on the bottom, okay, to give him a sword tail, as you can see on the bottom. And then you can also take two of his blasters. Comes with two blasters. They can peg right over here on the side. And there you go, just right on here. And let's see, what else? We got also the manipulator or the hand. And what it asks you to do is just go ahead and retract the hand open like this, and you can actually connect it to the tail part right here if you like. There's a little, you can see there's a little hole, and it can insert, and you can see he's got more of like an extended tail from the back, just like that. And the same thing can do, obviously the exact same thing, same form can be had with Gulf. I'll just do it real quick. Hey, there you have it. Both of them have exactly the same weapons. Only difference is just the coloration. Only the coloration is different, folks. Now, I found very interesting when watching the cartoon episode from this, Colligan apparently is the oldest. He's the oldest member of the team, and of course, for comic relief, he's always sleeping and always saying, that's, again, I think actually the whole episode is pretty much comic relief, but pretty much it's alright. That's Japanese animations for you. It was pretty cool. You know, we just care about how do our bots look nowadays. Alright, now time for transformation into bot mode. Very, very simple. Again, here you're just going to pull off the tail fin part first, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just lift off the back legs like this. Make sure the fin over here on the silver fin is straight up on the top, and out is going to come his legs when you just pretty much pick this back part up. Really simple transformation right there. There's his legs right there on the bottom. You can actually peg those in here on the side. There's a little peg that you can actually keep that so that once they're in right there, and peg that on the side so then they don't move. Go ahead and unpeg these two legs right here. And then the next part, this right here, the head is going to go all the way back. It's going to go all the way back, fold it in, and just hinge it just like so right here is fine. You can actually hind up this rear, the two front legs as well. And then just go ahead and pull down his arms like this. Okay, pull down, swivel around, because basically the arm right there, swivel, and then underneath, of course, you got the hands. Go ahead and fold out the hands like this. Okay, go ahead and fold the hands like this as well. If you haven't actually closed the front of the chest piece right here where there's a connection, you go ahead and close it up as well. And we'll go ahead and turn around. There he is. Red eyes on the visor right there. Nice white, pretty much white frame that you could say. And then we're going to go ahead and add his weapons. Here, one thing you can do with the tail fin, you can go ahead and pretty much swap this over. It actually comes like a double blaster, so he can actually hold one of these. And those two guns that he has, those two pistols he has, actually do combine. You can actually make them separate, or if you want, you can just combine them from these two sides. If you take a look, these two sides basically interlock, also quite nice. And that comes like a double rifle as well, if you want to have that. And of course, if you don't, you can actually swap out for a sword, or you can just go ahead and peg it somewhere on the back, like around this fin side right here, if you want to just leave that on the side. And one more thing is, of course, the hand, the manipulator. This one here, if you don't want to use this for anything in particular, you can also put it on the back side if you want, okay? Or you can leave it off. It's just strictly up to you. But overall, okay, not a bad figure. Look, here we go again with Gulf. So look at the comparison. Instead of strutting, okay, a silver front mouthpiece, here Gulf has got gold and red with blue, and then you have here this Colligan with his silver red eyes, and then of course his white head. Not too bad if I do say so myself. These are pretty okay for the next first set of limbs. Next, we got Kraken, and we got our Pteramander. These, you can pretty much say, are the manta rays of the ocean. Well, you can say it's pretty much the manta rays of the Transformers world. In fact, you can take a look already. They pretty much, again, with the same mold, only different coloration. You got here with Pteramander strutting a nice gold type of head right there with nice two red evil eyes on the side with green lining, white body, gray wings, got some brass over there on the edges. Here we got Kraken and Decepticon Insignia. Again, there is no insignia over here on the Pteramander, and he's got, of course, the black body. He's got, again, also gray wings with some black lining there, yellow on the top as well, compared to here with the gold back, okay, the gold back, and then we have the metallic green with red. Let's go ahead and flip these guys over, okay. Again, on the underside, pretty much virtually the same. He does come with a couple of blasters. Now, you have a couple configurations with this. You can put one blaster on each of the wings, like so. So this blaster can go here on the forehead. So if you want, you can have the blaster in this form right here. And he also does come with another blade. His bladed weapon. You can actually peg in the two side arms from the side, And when I mean pegging the two sidearms, I mean actually double them up. If you see, there's another peg there, and this one can actually insert right over here on the top again, just like this, and you can double peg the side weapons. You can peg these weapons in. There are no right or wrong. It's just how you figure you want your configuration to be. Finally, if you want to use the hand manipulator, you can also peg it on the back like this, okay? Pretty much that is how it works out. He is probably the most reasonable out of the bunch. I mean, all I see him in the cartoon really is just pilot the pirate ship. Now let's go for his transformation. Here we go. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and pull up the tail part here, and you're going to go ahead and separate the legs on the bottom. These legs are going to retract and fold in, and they're going to fold in from the side here. There's actually a little crevice. Sorry, just blocked right there. There's a little crevice right here where you're going to go ahead and tab them inside. And it's just going to slide right in and lock in place. Do the same thing for the other side. The other side legs are going to come out. And just pull it out gently because they are basically, you could say, double folded inside. And just pull it out like so. And then, of course, go into the little slot on the side here where it just basically clamps down. And then you're going to go ahead and move the legs back. Go ahead and move the legs back. Fold the legs like here, his front legs here. And you're going to twist this body around. All right, so now you got his front. And then here, you're going to go ahead and pull down his arms. So these arms pull down, okay? And then the next part, you're going to go ahead and flip down the chest area right here. And then out comes his head once you pull this down. By the way, let me see if I can get a better angle. So when you pull this down, this is going to come out. Make sure, though, that these little gold parts here from the front are actually fully extended out so that it pops his head out. Pull it down, okay? And then you can clamp here in the front to make his chest come out. And the wings can stay as they are. You can go ahead and pull out the hands from the side, all right? And from the other side, twist, and there you go. Pretty much there he is. Again, a very simple transformation. Quite cool. You can see there's his blue visor right there in the front. No insignia, though. You can choose to keep the weapons on the back of his wings or put them on the front. Depends on what you would like. If you want, you can actually move the wing up like this, fold it in the front, and you can actually target the weapon like so if you like. That's kind of giving you this kind of like nice winged effect. This is another option you can have that they actually didn't show you in the instruction booklet. I thought it's pretty good. The wings can actually be stayed in any position. It depends on how. They don't bend backwards though, but you can put them and depend on how you want it. It kind of gives you a little feeling of the Decepticon cone heads or seekers, right? With their wings spread out. Or you can also, of course, attach his main blaster weapon like this. You can actually just, of course, use this bladed weapon in another hand if you want. If you want to, you can also attach the hand part for his final form later onto the back, onto the side. Depends on what. For myself, I think I'll just go ahead and leave it out for the time being. But there he is, folks. Kraken and, of course, Pteramander, both side by side again. They're virtually, again, same mold, different colors, everybody. Same old and different colors. Let's keep moving. Now, moving on to the only female Seacon on this team. Yes, that's right, you heard me. This is actually a female. It's the only female Seacon there is in this Beast Wars. I mean, obviously, there's also a couple others like Black Arachnia, but however, if we're talking about the God Neptune team, it's very special that you have a fembot, and you can tell by looking at red, luscious lips ready to just bite your head off. In fact, in the animation, you can see how serious she is.
いつもは淑女だけど怒らせると吸盤ビーって怖いわよ。
Don't you see how serious she is? I mean, she just wants to, like, slap everybody around with her tentacles, right? Suck them out, like she said. Oh, okay. Anyways, we'll stop with that. So, looking at her right there, articulation-wise, again, she is pretty much the same mold as Tentakill in the Piranacons for the Generation Selects. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, I don't have Tentakill to do a side-by-side comparison. Again, I missed out on two of them. I am missing two, which is Tentakill and Overbite. However, the copper and, of course, the nice, wow, deadly red, again, silver red here, gold on the bottom, you got, again, white frame on the back. Here, there's the tentacles as well, a light white gray, okay? And for the weapon-wise, you can take a look. She's got two blasters, which actually can go on both sides of the tentacles, on the side right here, and the side right here as well. And she also has the bladed serrated weapon here, similar to just a while ago Pteramander. And this one right here, I am not quite sure where it could be put. You could actually, I think, you know, she could just like, you know, put it on the head if you want. You just like put it right there. It's fine with me. But like I said, it's up to you on how you want to add in the weapon. It didn't specify particularly in the instructions. Okay, so we can put it on the back like that. But then you would want to have the other one to, let me grab the other one real quick. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, here we go. Let's grab the other weapon from Terramander, and there we go. Alright, so that looks alright, not too bad. Straight into her transformation. Now, the first thing you want to do is actually just go ahead and lift up. We can go ahead and lift up the head right here, the whole front head. This comes up, and you're going to go ahead and start with also separating the bottom part right here, which is actually her legs. So these actually come out, as you can see right there, they come out. This whole front head part actually will flip up, but later you need to actually turn around. The whole legs is going to swap around. Okay, not this part right here. Hold this and just go ahead and swap the legs around, okay? And then over here, you want to pull the feet down. So here on the side, you're going to pull these out. There are her feet, okay, right there. All right, so they got her feet right there. And then on the other side, what you're going to do is next, you're going to go ahead and twist around the waist. So the waist here is going to actually turn around as well. Keep this lowered right here because it's going to come around and then the head is going to lock back up again. And when you see the gold, link up with the gold right here, you know you got in the right position. All right, go ahead and flip up the head visor. It actually pegs over here into the side. So we'll go ahead and lift that up and peg that in. There we go. Peg that in right just like that. And then open the front chest part, as you can see, and then you have her head right there, and you can just go ahead and slide that out. A very simple transformation indeed. Put that and lock it back in place, okay? Pull, you can actually push back the legs if you like. Now these are her hands, so her hands come out. So what you want to do is you kind of like want to pull out the hand and trying to rotate this backwards, but also keep it forward. So you're going to rotate it and then just close like that. So it's just resting on her hand just like so. Do the same thing with the other side, and there you have it. It's pretty much fully transformed. There you go, the only fembot on the team, and you can take a look. There she is. Nice evil red eyes. All right, a nice female face right there. Of course, it's not the cutest, but hey, for the Seacons, or you could say for these Predacons right here, yeah, it's not too bad. Now, of course, you can also, again, she can choose whether or not you want to put the blasters on her hands or add them back to the, you can combine them actually. So again, the same thing can happen. You can put the two weapons together like this. They can be doubly separated, put together like this. They can be like one after the other. Or if you want, you can put them back onto the on the tentacles that you see behind her. And she can, of course, hold the other bladed weapon in her hand. And there you have it. Again, articulation pretty much is virtually the same, except here she does actually have, you could say, a hip swivel joint on the ball right there. So this doesn't actually turn. You can see there's a ball joint around the thigh area. Articulation, quite good again. Let's take a look. There he is. She's kneeling right there. All right. It's pretty much, again, all of them roughly have virtually about the same articulation, and as far as I can tell so far, none of these have really any sort of loose joints, which is also quite good. Hey everyone, well, thanks for staying with me. We are almost there to the finale. However, here we go with the last one. This is called Sea Phantom, and pretty much, again, I apologize, I don't actually have the other Piranacon, the Seacon, to match the mold or to show you a comparison. In fact, actually, what's quite unique is that this is actually the mold from the Piranacon called Overbite. However, Overbite is actually used as the main weapon. Well, to be honest, actually all of these can actually transform into a weapon that pretty much you could say King Posieden or God Neptune could use if you had all 6 spots. But this is only 5. This right here, of course, he is actually only the right arm of God Neptune. That's right, he's only an arm. He's not actually a weapon because he doesn't actually have a they don't have 6. There's only 5 of the guys. Anyways, you can take a look. He's pretty much your kind of like shark bot right there. And his attitude just follows just like a little bully pretty much. If you see this episode right now. Yep, that's right. Pretty much he's a bully. He just, likes to get in mischief. And then, of course, he's not strong enough to get out of it sometimes. As you just saw, well, he just made Scylla really mad. そんなに真っ赤になって怒るとタコと間違われるぞ。あたいはイカよ。誇り高い拳目の血を引いてるんだからね。ガラジェ、わかったか。 Here you go, menacing teeth right there. All white body with silver trimmings around the legs, arms, okay, silver around the tail, and of course, actual hand manipulator. You can actually put it on the back rear part of this right here on the back. Sea Phantom can actually connect to the back. Likewise, if you do actually have overbite, you can do the same thing. And then, of course, you guys, well, his main blaster right here. This blaster can either go on the forehead if you like, or it can go on the back. Depends on how you would like to have it. He also has the bladed weapon, or you could, I kind of like to think this is as like a stinger. It can actually go underneath, simply kind of similar like golf. It can go underneath. If you flip over from here, you can see on the chest area, you just flip this up and it can go reverse, or it can go in front. Maybe I'll actually put it in front and put it like that. It's up to you. It kind of, I guess it kind of goes okay. Always up to you to pretty much figure how you like to have your transformation, how do you like to have the weapons posed. It's all up to your imagination. And finally, let's do the transformation. Here we go. So, in order to transform this dude, you gotta pretty much take the hind legs right there, pull them back just like so, and then you're going to go ahead and open up the front, basically like this right here. You're going to flip up the fin over here, actually pull the back and try to flip up the fin a bit right here and separate the legs. And then you're going to go and pull the legs down like so, pull the legs down again like so. And what you're going to do is you want to kind of lock the leg, all right? You're going to lock the leg, okay, by making sure right here, once you fully extend the leg like this, you want to lock it inside, okay, just like that. You're going to lock it inside. These are going to, basically, the fins are going to bend into this part right here, and then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Go ahead and lock this joint. There you are, kind of locked inside. And then what you want to do is you want to turn them around, okay? Don't forget as well, this fin is going to go in this curvature right here on the side. All right, so you're going to go ahead and turn. All right, let's go ahead and push this little fin up and go ahead and turn the whole waist around. So now that you see the front, okay? And you can see on here, these little parts, there's a little hole right here on the side. It's actually not quite straight, but the legs, from what I can see, are actually going to come out like this. So if you actually have the side of the feet like this, it's still okay. And then what you want to do as well, you want to go ahead and bend the shark head back and try to put the two pegs in here into the back. So it's going to go like this. And then finally turn the head around, and you no need to actually retract the hands, bring them out, because they're already out. They were already out. Look at that. He's kind of like Wolverine. He's the Wolverine. He is the Wolverine form of the Predacon or Seacon. There you go. Look at those claws right there. Yeah. And of course, you want to add in the weapons. Why not go ahead and just attach his blaster right there? There you go. There's his blaster. He's also got a sword if you want to use it. Not that he really needs it, but go ahead and add in that sword if you like. Let's go ahead and do the black. There we go. So here's two weapons right here. It would have been nice, of course, if they did put the insignias on them, as they did with, you could see the Piranacons earlier, the Decepticon symbol. There he is. Again, I don't have the other one to compare, but you can see for yourself how he looks. And pretty much it's now about time for us to get to what everybody's been waiting for. One more last look while they are in bot form before we go for the final finale. It starts off with Color. We got ourselves Terramander. You got yourselves the head honcho, that is Half Shell. And we got ourselves the only Fimbot on the team, that is Scylla. And there we have Sea Phantom. And of course we got the Piranacons in the back. But wait a second. I've only counted 1, 2, 3, 4.